I gotta tell you, this is also a big problem when it comes to, I think, declining birth rates, people not getting married and having children. You know, that's a big problem. They blame it on women. Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim.
The pickings are slim as a direct cause from feminism. If a chick wants to adopt this feminist ideology, fuck that, bro. You don't want those girls around. The reality is that they're gonna prioritize their career a lot of times over you. When a man prioritizes his career over his woman, the woman benefits. Women, however, they're not like that. They don't share their resources at all. When they make money and they become successful and they prioritize work, you suffer. Okay, so look at this. This is Tomi Lahren. And actually, you Crucible people, you guys are definitely familiar with who this chick is, because I think Andrew's debated her before.
And you know, Speaker Johnson has been talking about those maybe deadbeat folks that are on Medicaid, and maybe some of those folks are the stay-at-home sons. We don't know. But I'll tell you this, leave it to Gen Z to rebrand laziness and social awkwardness as something cutesy, like a stay-at-home son. They did much the same thing with quiet quitting, where you can go to work and do less, and if you call it quiet quitting, it's somehow better. But Laura, I gotta tell you, this is also a big problem when it comes to, I think, declining birth rates, people not getting married and having children. You know, that's a big problem. They blame it on women. Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminist.
Yeah, the pickings are slim because women created the sexual marketplace. The pickings are slim as a direct cause from feminism.
Problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families, but there are a lot of...
They want to get married, but they don't want to be wives, and that is the fucking problem.
Of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash, and therein lies a big part of the problem.
All right, so just so you guys know, one of my buddies is a SEAL, actually had sex with this girl a couple years back, but that's a whole other conversation. So she's not as godly as she claims. She has a 304. Now, what I will say is this, right? Because there's been, and this actually occurred while I was out on the street as well, right? This Christian apologist came out and was talking about, you know, men having their duties and all this other bullshit about, you know, men need to step up, whatever. Here's the problem. Men understand that there's a burden of performance on us. We understand that if we are losers, we will deal with the ramifications of being a loser. Our friends won't respect us. Our parents will shame us. Society won't respect us or accept us. And we understand that there are consequences to being a fucking loser. However, women do not deal with a scoreboard or a pressure to perform from a female perspective. What do I mean by this? Basically, what women are able to do is they can behave like men, right? But at the same time, still demand to be treated like a lady. So in other words, they want the equality of a man while simultaneously not having the same set responsibility as man. And they want you to be that traditional man that does what you're supposed to do, but they don't have to be a traditional woman and do what they're supposed to do. And that's basically what's happened with this current sexual marketplace that we have now. We have a deregulated sexual marketplace that has basically allowed women to behave however they fucking want, okay? For the purposes of double dipping. This is what I call the proverbial double fucking dipping. Where on one end they're saying, I'm a lady, treat me like a lady, hold the door open and provide for me and be a traditional man and protect and provide, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I don't have to obey you because I'm a feminist and I can do whatever I want and you can't tell me what to do because you're a man, right? And what I'm saying, guys like me are fighting back at this fucked up system and saying, yo, you fucking bitches are undercover feminists. You're not fooling us. People like Tomi Lahren, Megyn Kelly, etc., they are almost more pernicious than regular feminists. Because at least regular feminists tell you what the fuck is going on. Regular feminists tell you, yeah, I want equality. Yeah, we don't want to live under a patriarchy. Yeah, we don't want to go ahead and listen to men, right? At least they admit it. But women like Tomi Lahren and Megyn Kelly and these fake tradcons, right? Which a lot of them actually are on that list that I showed you guys before that are on the TPUSA thing, like the Emily Austin girl and all these other bitches. Right? They're worse because they tell you that they're conservatives. They tell you to have this ideology, but they do something opposite. Emily Saves America, another one. Huge fucking grifter that says, I'm a conservative, but she's a whore. Right? And she's over here telling her fans, oh, go get a job because you're not going to find a man. Right? So, look, I can respect if someone has a position and stands on that position, even if I disagree with it. But what's worse are the people that kind of want to double dip. And that's kind of what we are. Especially in the conservative space, you got a lot of these women that are basically feminists in disguise, is what it is. They're literally feminists in disguise. But they still want you to be a traditional man and adhere to your standards, adhere to what you're supposed to do. And I'm here to tell you guys, don't fucking do it. If a chick wants to adopt this feminist ideology, right? Fuck that, bro. You don't want those girls around because they're a pain in the ass. They really are. And I told you guys this before and I'll say it again, okay? You want to stay away from women that are influencers. You want to stay away from women that are entertainers. You want to stay away from women that are musicians, rappers, any of this shit, bro. Influencers, OnlyFans, of course, or does any type of sex work. Like, you want to stay away from these women because the reality is that they're going to prioritize their career a lot of times over you, right? And unfortunately, when a man prioritizes his career over his woman, the woman benefits. She gets the fruit of that labor. She's taken care of. Like when men work, we understand sharing our resources. We are designed to share our resources. Women, however, they're not like that. They don't share their resources. Okay? At all. When they make money and they become successful and they prioritize work, you suffer. Okay? That's why I tell you guys all the time, it's really pointless to have a girlfriend and have her work. It's really fucking pointless. That's why I tell you guys, yo, be the breadwinner. If your girl does work, it's got to be a bullshit job that doesn't matter. Is it significant? Preferably not work. You don't want some other fucking guy telling your girl what she can and can't do. But this is why I'm so militant when I tell you guys, you need to be the breadwinner. Because when your woman's in a position where she makes as much money as you, or worse, more, what ends up happening is she's going to inevitably start to resent you to a degree. Okay? Now, let me be extremely clear about this. Does that mean that she'll break up with you necessarily? No. Does that mean that she's going to leave you high and dry? No. Does that mean that she's going to stop contributing to the bills because she's frustrated with your ineptitude? No. But what I will say will absolutely happen if she becomes the breadwinner in the relationship is she will lose respect for you. Whether she manifests it by yelling at you, berating you, not obeying you, or she just straight up cheats on you with another fucking guy, the resentment will build. It will build. It is inevitable. It's not a matter of if, rather a matter of when. That's why I'm so fucking adamant about telling you guys, if you have a serious girlfriend, don't let her work. You should be working, you provide. Because I can trust you as a man, you have the ability to provide and provision for your woman. Women are not like us, chat. They're not. Despite what feminism tells you about women, they are not like us. Okay? They're not like us. When a woman has to work and take her hard-earned money and fork it over to a man, that's a problem for them. Does that mean that they're, incapable of buying you a gift? No. Does that mean that they won't chip in with bills here and there? No. Does that mean that they're allergic to giving a man they love and respect money? No. But what I will say is that if she does it for a long period of time where she's in a breadwinner position, it inevitably will go bad for you. It will go bad for you. It might not lead to her sucking some other dude's dick or leaving you overtly, but the respect will go down. And it's going to manifest itself in very pernicious manners. For example, she's going to start to disrespect you a bit. She's going to start to challenge your authority. She's going to start to disobey you a bit. She's going to start to question things. She's going to want more autonomy, more freedom, right? And then if you're an idiot, you're one of these egalitarian pussies that thinks, oh yeah, I'm not insecure. Yeah, go do what you want. Go hang out with your girlfriends. Yeah, go be friends with that guy, blah, blah. Because you guys are so fucking cucked and scared to be called insecure, that seed is going to grow into something that you don't want. But where did that seed come from? That seed came from your ineptitude to allow her to work or to be an equal to you. It never starts off with her smashing some other dude. It always builds slowly over time. But if you allow the seed to fucking be planted and watered by you being an incompetent fucking retarded guy, it will turn into a tree that will ruin your fucking life. And that tree, my friend, is called infidelity and betrayal. Like I said before, it's not if, it's just a matter of when. And this is the very difficult talk that people don't want to hear. This is the talk that gets to be called the misogynist. This is the talk that gets to be called the sexist. This is the talk that they try to censor. When I tell you guys that when women are in positions of dominance or power over a man, it's a terrible fucking dynamic. Women are terrible people when they have leverage. I'll say it again. Listen closely, motherfuckers, okay? Because some of you bitch-ass niggas here probably go 50-50 with your girlfriend. Let me tell you something. Wake up. Women are terrible people when they have leverage over you. You understand? They're terrible people even when they think that they're equal to you. You must be superior. That is the only way to get superior behavior from her. Okay? That's how it goes. I really wish it wasn't like this. I wish they could be egalitarian creatures. I wish they can respect us as equals and still listen to us and be a good girlfriend or wife. But it doesn't fucking work that way. Okay? It just doesn't. They're not programmed for that. So when you're sitting here talking about, oh yeah, me and my girl are partners. This is a partnership, an equal partnership. We're 50-50, all this other shit. Or I'm not insecure about my woman having other friends or going out and doing whatever. You're a fucking bitch. You clearly don't understand how women operate and move. You must be in the position of dominance. You must be the leader. You must be the one that's being adored. You must be the one that is the breadwinner. Because I know that men know how to act when they're given this authority. Women don't. You want to know why men know how to behave when they get this type of control and leverage? I'll explain right now. From the time we're little boys, we're told you need to get educated, you need to be smart, you need to make money, you need to be competent so you can start a family, right? They tell you this all the time. Your success is to eventually provide for others. From the time you're a little boy, they teach you this. They tell you that you need to be successful so that you can take care of a family. We know this. It's instilled in us from the beginning. And on top of that, biologically speaking, we're designed to provide. Women, however, are not like this. Little girls are taught, go to school, get an education. Why? So you don't have to rely on a man. See how the messaging is completely different. Little boys are taught, become successful because people are going to depend on you. Little girls are taught, be successful so you don't got to depend on a man. Two completely different reasons for becoming successful. This is why women have a big fucking problem with being a breadwinner long term. You could take the most liberal, lefty, progressive woman ever. She is still going to resent and dislike the fact that she's the breadwinner for her husband. Every single time I've ever seen it where a guy is a stay-at-home dad and the woman is the provider, guess what happens? They might go ahead and be in a relationship, they might still be in a loving marriage, but guess what? This is when she wants to go to swinger parties. This is when she wants to be around other guys. This is when she wants to have other friends. This is when she wants to go on trips. And your dumb monkey ass sitting there, I'm just being a good husband. I want her to be happy. I'm not insecure. The term insecure is a made-up bullshit feminist propaganda term used to shame you from putting boundaries on your fucking girlfriend. I'm gonna say that again. Take notes, bitches, because some of you guys right now are in a fucking relationship that literally is adhering to what I'm speaking about right now. The term insecure is a feminist propaganda term utilized over the past 10 years to shame you for putting boundaries on your woman. But what do they shame you about? They shame you about these boundaries because these boundaries are designed to protect not just you, but the fucking relationship. And the reason for that is because you're the leader. It's your duty to protect the relationship. It's not her duty. Her duty is to find the best man. Your duty is to stay the best man and protect the relationship. And once you understand that there's this responsibility on your end, you can't get mad at women for being hypergamous anymore. They're slaves to their biology. Just like we want to run around and fuck a bunch of girls, guess what? They want to run around and make sure that they got the best guy. And her ensuring that she has the best guy is a bill that's due every fucking day. What do I mean by this? When she's around you publicly, do other women look at you? Do other men respect you? Are you creating a legacy? Women need to be constantly reminded that they're with a winner. They need outside validation to validate how you feel about you. We don't need that. We're not like them. We don't look at them as a resource acquirer. We don't look at them as a status magnet. We don't give a shit about any of that stuff. As long as you're cute and you obey us, we don't give a fuck what your social status is. Matter of fact, the less social status you have, the better you are. Women don't operate like that, though. Since they're incompetent creatures that are followers, just being honest, from a biological standpoint, and this has been programmed from a millennia of human fucking evolution, they need outside approval from others to understand your worth. I'll give you an example. You walk into a nightclub by yourself, start talking to girls. What's one of the first things they ask? Oh, who are you here with? By myself. Instantly lower value. Scenario 2. Walk into a nightclub with 5 of your homeboys. Hey, how you doing? Oh, who are you here with? Oh, my buddy's over there. Yeah, a little bit better. Third scenario. Walk in with 20 girls. Go to a section. Now go talk to that girl. Hey, what's your name? Oh, wow, you got a lot of girls with you. Who are you? That, my friends, is the difference. She needs to see with her own two fucking eyes that you're that guy. That's how important social status is. When they can see it with their own eyes and they can interpret that without you having to say it, that is what they like. Now, of course, again, this is considered misogynistic rhetoric. This is considered sexist. I don't make the rules, I just report them. So let me get this straight. You're with a creature, right, that needs outside proof that you're who you say you are. Do you want someone like that being in a leadership role of the relationship? Someone that needs outside validation to validate their own decisions? The answers are profound fucking no.
Nope.
Because their ability to assess value isn't determined solely by them. It's determined by outside. So since they're incapable of making mating selections without other people being involved, you need to be the one with the leverage and to have the power. Because under your authority, you don't need outside validation because you're a man. You can make decisions without a tribe. We are self-sufficient. We are not like them. Don't get it fucking twisted. Just because we live in 2025 doesn't change the fact that biology is biology. Women are communitarian by nature. And the faster you realize this, the faster you'll understand how to move with them. They are not our equals at all. Regardless of whatever some stupid fucking feminist has to say. And they don't want it that way. They want you better than them in every regard. So you need to be the leader. Here's another reason too why you need to be the leader. Besides the fact that they need the groupthink to make their decisions. We appreciate being pedestalized. We appreciate being catered to. We appreciate being adored. You want to know why? Because like I said before, going to that little boy example that I mentioned earlier, no one gives a fuck about us until we become somebody. No one cares about you until you become somebody. So something magical happens with this status, with the state. When you finally do get the power, when you finally do get the resources, when you finally do become the fucking man, you appreciate it. So when a woman comes along and says, I want to be with you, you will appreciate that. Because you had to work your ass off to get in that position where she even wants to be with you. You understand? Women, on the other hand, do not work to be in a position to date you. You have to work to be in a position to date them. So this is why they can never have leverage. Easy come, easy go. I've always used this example, but I'll use it again just to really drive home here. A self-made millionaire is inevitably going to understand the power of the dollar better than a trust fund baby. Women are trust fund babies. Men are self-made millionaires. Who would you want to go ahead and take financial advice from? The self-made millionaire or the trust fund baby? I think most of us would take the advice from the self-made millionaire. They know how to move. They appreciate the money. They had to put blood, sweat, and tears to earn that money. Women don't. Again, this is an ugly reality between the sexes that no one wants to hear. Oh, that's hate speech. Oh, this is misogyny. Oh, this is sexism. Oh, this is insecurity. Well, fuck you. I don't make the rules. God made you hoes this way. I'm just adapting to it. Anyway,